What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to Getting to Know the Artist. We got some people in the chat tonight before we even got started. Cartoon whoop whoop, Rhyme whoop whoop, Bizarre whoop whoop, Dom whoop whoop. And to all of y'all coming in, whoop whoop. Be sure you hit that like button. It is a small gesture from you, but a big favor to me and the YouTube algorithm. It shoots it out. Hopefully get some new people in here, some different people in here. That's the idea, so people can discover this man. So, yeah, be sure to hit that like button. We are starting a little early from the start time, but we're right around in matter of minutes, so y'all already know what it is. We got Shay coming in. Whoop, whoop. What up, homie? Um, so without further ado, we're going to just jump right into this interview. The man next to me is Enokh Xmortiz. For those of you that watch this on the replay or come in during the live and do not know, he is one half of Acid Cult, and he's a real dope dude.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? How you doing, brother?
Fine. I'm so ready for this interview. He has been a challenge to get up here, but we finally done it, folks, and we got him.
yeah. Anybody
Busy.
will tell you that. Yeah, I'm a hard guy to get a hold of sometimes, especially recently.
Yes, sir. Insane Lycan, that's my other half. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, we're just gonna jump right into this. So without further ado, the first question is, what is your name? Where was you born and raised? And where do you currently reside now?
All right. So I'm Enokh Xmortiz, and I was born in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Still represent Kalamazoo, Michigan, but then I moved and got a house in Battle Creek, Michigan, right next door. So,
all right, you just like Michigan?
It's just where I was born. I had no reason to leave.
Right.
Michigan has one of the best music scenes. There's always shows. There's always opportunities, and I'm right in the trifecta between Ohio, Indiana, Illinois. So
hell yeah, that Midwest flow, baby.
Exactly. There's always things to do. There's always gigs. I got my buddy Ill Fortune in Minnesota, and he's like, "Dog, there's not many shows out this way." And I'm like, "Dog, come to Michigan. Like, we got it on lock."
Somebody already threw a question in there from the get. I don't know if you know this answer. Why is it called Battle Creek? What happened?
Yo, it beats me. Like I said, I'm from Kalamazoo. And I always look down on Battle Creek too. Like being from Kalamazoo, I was like, man, Battle Creek just ain't it. But then I was like, yeah, you know what? I moved out this way to get away from a lot of the people I knew. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of focused on what I needed to focus on.
Okay, fair enough. Let's jump to the next question. Are you a juggalo? If so, how long have you been down? And do you consider yourself a juggalo rapper? Because some people don't like to be put in a box, or they call it a box. Some people don't see a box. It doesn't matter. What's your thoughts?
All right. So, see, my dad, my mom, my aunt, uncles, they were all first-gen juggalos, going to the first gathering and all that. So, since I was about 4 or 5, that's all I've ever listened to. It's all I've ever known. My family was nothing but juggalos, white trailer park, you know what I'm saying? That's all you need to know. And so, yeah, I've been a part of the scene and a juggalo since I even was able to understand music. You know what I'm saying? Especially Twisted. I've always been a huge fan of Twisted since day one. As a kid, I'd always watch Born Twisted on VHS or Big Money Hustlers, and my family was just ingrained into it so much. They just became, just every day for me. And I think that's kind of what pushed me in the lane of music to begin with. Like I was made to do underground music just because my family and everybody around me, that's all I ever knew growing up. And I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily a juggalo rapper, but I definitely make music with the love for the juggalos. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
My roots in the family run deep. I've been in this shit for so long. Longer than I've been in anything, you know what I'm saying? I've been supporting Insane Clown Posse and all the Psychopathic records since I was fucking a little kid, you know what I'm saying? So it's all love. I love every aspect of it.
Hell yes. Man, I wish my parents were juggalos. My parents, well, my father wasn't there practically, and my mom was a Bible thumper. She definitely wasn't about
Oh
ICP.
yeah.
Man, that's crazy. I like how you put that though. You're not necessarily in a box, but you rap for us for it. That's your life. You ain't gotta be in a box, you know? That's awesome. And this next question you started to kind of say, but maybe elaborate a little more. What inspired you to actually start making music? Like I know you just said you've been around it, but what was that like, hey, I want to make music?
I think I was like maybe like 10, 11 or something like that. And I was listening to the song Serial Killer by Twisted featuring Tech Nine. And I said, man, I feel like I can do this. And then from there, I just started writing and writing. And then I just slowly snowballed learning and, gravitating towards people with unique styles and sounds and figuring out what made it tick and what made it sound good. And, breaking all that down like organically into this like compost. And then just like planted the seeds and then just grew my own.
That's an awesome answer, bro. You're giving me a lot here. I have to process it with my lame mind. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, and I've been doing this shit for a long time. I didn't come out. I didn't like be like, yo, I want to be a rapper and then just release music. No. I got like 16 years working the notepad. You know what I'm saying? Before I ever even released a song. So I had harnessed and I had honed in my craft well before I ever released anything to the public.
All right. Okay, that's a perfect spot to lead on to then. Who do you look up to in the music industry? Mainstream or underground, current or past?
All right, so 2 categories. If we're talking business, Master P, hands down. Master P is the last Don. The guy markets, the guy, everything that dude touches turns to gold. If you want to be successful in music, study Master P. He is the fucking one. And then like style wise, I am a huge fan of Ritz. Fucking love Ritz. Mad Child. Obviously like Tech and, but I think that Mad Child and Ritz are 2 people that I look up to and be like, man, those dudes just like with the pen, they're so good at what they do, And of course, Jamie Madrox, the man of 1,000 voices. I love his range, and I hope to emulate that kind of success. And just the trials and tribulations that Twisted has gone through and still remain solid to themselves. It's cool.
I find it interesting that you kind of inspire from Twisted. I've seen people, and I can't pinpoint, but rather they were trying to be trolls or not. In the past of knowing you guys, you know what I'm saying? List, man, all of your socials, people saying these guys seem like they try to be like ICP or whatever. And in a sense, I'm like, whoa, I could get it because you guys try to throw in the little skits and stuff like that, and you're really like you're all about it. You're everywhere. You're doing it. You're not just sitting here like this, like And
see, that's like when me and Cartoon are together and we're doing Siamese Goat God. Yeah, we're definitely more comedic and having fun with it. But if you listen to Enokh Xmortiz solo stuff, it's not necessarily that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, 2 different categories of.
Absolutely, and I find it interesting that you actually take more, like you're saying, you kind of take more, at least, or inspired from. Well, if I'm getting that right, not necessarily.
Well, see, growing up, I was just always listening to Twisted more, mostly because I loved their range in song makings and their choruses and everything, Broken Wings, like all these songs were so well made and they were saying stuff, that I could gravitate to, dealing with depression or being the outcast or, like not necessarily being funny all the time. And I gravitated towards that more.
Okay. No, that's dope. Thank you. Let's see. Okay. Are there any current projects in the works or what's next? Tours, singles, whatever, collabos,
Dude,
Anything you want to tell us?
Everything that we could possibly go and create, we're going to. Any shows that we can get on, we're going to take. We are planning some kind of tour this summer. Hopefully everything falls into place, which, between me and Cartoon, we have pretty good universal alignment and manifestation. So I think that it'll happen. Shout out Cartoon. That's my brother. But music wise, I'm working on shit now. I'm going to get my album uploaded. I've been slacking on that. Things just haven't been lining up correctly for me to push out the album. But I'm also making a little EP to go along with the album because I've took so long to release it to kind of give the fans a little something extra. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be working with some more people. Been reaching out since we've been doing shows and, greeting and meeting new people in the industry. Yeah. It's a lot easier to make these connections, so there will be some features in the way for sure.
Touch down on that a little bit, man. How's that going for you? Like, have you done a lot of these shows like prior to this year or, the last 2 years or so? Like, have you done a lot of tours and shows, or is that kind of a newer thing for you? And I'm going to just put it out there. You hadn't said it. I know you guys are doing some of the Kick the Wicked openers. How's that feel for you? Have you guys done any yet, or those are still yet to come? Because I know you got Indy, and then you got one on the 21st or 22nd in Michigan or something like that?
In 2 days, we're rocking with Ouija, which is super fucking dope. I'm excited about that. But as far as like the shows go, I've been doing shows since I released like 3 or 4 songs, and then the first thing I did was get a bunch of merch made and then start doing shows. And I've been doing shows since I started releasing music practically. But I was going to like real shady places to perform because nobody knew me at the time, so I had to take what I could get. So I would go to like abandoned church. This is like an abandoned church. They bring the sound in. It was like BYOB. It's like real grungy. I used to do a lot of those kind of shows where I was the only dude out there doing acid rap, horrorcore, wicked shit, and they would look at me like I'm fucking crazy,
right?
And first time I met Cartoon, I'd actually took him to one of them. And he was like, bro, what the fuck is this? The security guard was trying to steal all the sound system, right?
Yeah.
Like that just paints a picture of like where the fuck we were at, You
really in the hood, like just posted up trying to let anybody hear you.
I'll say it like this. There ain't nobody who looked like us. You know what I'm saying?
Was this a post face tattoos or after? Did Cartoon have face tats?
Yeah. Me and Cartoon, we've only been knowing each other for like 1.5 years, going on 2 years or something like that now.
Okay, so you already have.
Yeah, exactly. Which that's a crazy story in itself. Like me and Cartoon meeting, we had a mutual friend who was like, "Yo," he hit me up. He's like, "You gotta check out my homeboy Cartoon." So I was like, "All right." So I just called him. I just hit him up. "Yeah, what's up, dude? You rap? Come over to my house. What's good?" And so Cartoon just came over and we just sat there and talked about, the universe and, deeper meanings in life. And I was like, "Yeah, this dude gets it." And he was like, "Yeah, this dude gets it." And he lived 5 minutes down the road, and that was it. The rest was history.
Man, dude, that's beautiful. Y'all are dope as shit together. You really are.
That, bro.
What's your favorite song so far that you have made? Or give us a few maybe.
That I have made. Coffins, Corrosive, Corrosive. And like it's funny, like those songs never get brought up and nobody ever talks about those songs, but those are the songs that I love the most. And that's how it is as an artist. You'll release a song and you'll be like, "This is the shit." And then it'll get like a little bit of love. And then you'll release something, you're like, "Yeah, it's all right." And then everybody will fucking
Bruh. The shit you put the most effort to, it feels like it just drops or plummets or plateaus. Not plummet, but
like here's a prime example. Wishmaster, right? I made Wishmaster while I was, partying, having a good old time. I wrote the song, I recorded it the next day, and I released it, and everyone's like, "This is amazing. I love this." I'm like, "Really? All right." Cool. So, Supernova, Cartoon, Supernova as well. Supernova is a dope track. But yeah,
One of my favorites.
Corrosive.
One of my favorites that I think is individually your song that Cartoon ain't on. He may be, but I don't think he is Conjoined.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's that shit. I like that one.
Yeah, everybody liked Conjoined, right? And then we released Experiment. And Experiment, to me, and a tune is a far better song, but that's in our opinion, but people still love Conjoined more. And me and Cartoon are like, how is that even possible? But I get it, I do, Conjoined.
Maybe because it's upbeat, it's bouncy, it's fun. You ain't got to put too much thought into it. It's there. And
it's a fun ride, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Realistically, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do you have a 5-year plan, or do you guys, since he's in the chat, I'm sure you can kind of talk on that, or however, just what do you want to see yourself in 5 years?
Completely financially free. You know what I'm saying? For us both to have the freedom financially to pursue this in the fullest degree, to build something that we can, like a legacy company or something where we can generate wealth for us and our people around us,
Right.
That's, it's not like we're doing it for the money, but at the same time, you got to live. And
right.
That's just, it's just everything, so that's really what we're trying to build, is just something that we can fall back on and not have to go out and bust our ass at a 9-to-5 or do any of that shit, because
right.
Like me and Cartoon are like, we're not well off or nothing. Like me and Cartoon, everything, all the merch, all the shit that we do, like we fucking hustle our asses off to get that shit. So
right.
It would be cool to be able to have like our own venue where we can host the shows, where we can do this stuff, have our own studio where we can have other artists come in, just a whole conglomerate of just in-house things that we don't got to outsource anymore.
Absolutely. Is Acid Cult an LLC? Like, do you guys have an LLC officially, or?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Everything is going official. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
In the beginning, we weren't as sure as that, but as we slowly grow, we start to realize that is the best bet for us.
Okay.
To make it official and, tell Uncle Sam about us so he can come and sit down for Texas.
Yeah. If not music, then what would you be doing?
Movies.
100%. You have
movies.
A passion for movies?
Yes,
like acting, or actually like choreographing them? Or like producer, whatever you call that.
Yeah, exactly. Directing the movies, writing the movies, even starring in the movies. Me and Cartoon are both starring in a movie right now called Stoner Snake.
I've heard bits and pieces about that, but I have no idea what it really is. Is it already out? Is it something you're working on? How do I even?
No, it's not out yet. But there was a movie out called Mother Mortis that was from the United Kingdom. You can get it on Amazon Prime. I did my song. Now I'm drawing a Cemetery Man. I used that song in that movie. I'm friends with the director over there. But I just love films, man. I love horror movies. I'm a huge fan of that shit. I always have been since I was a kid. And I make music because it's a lot easier and cheaper than making movies. Like the second I can pull a Rob Zombie out my ass and make my version of House of a Thousand Corpses, like it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I have such a deep passion for filmmaking, and it's only a matter of time before I can sustain that dream financially.
Yeah.
Everything's just so expensive to do that, and you got to have actors. You got to have, with music, all I need is this, and I'm good to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, soon enough, the films will happen, and that's where what I would be doing if it wasn't for the music.
That's awesome. That is fucking awesome, dude. You're surprising me left and right, and that ain't even me just saying it. Like, I am not expecting these answers from you. It is awesome. All right. What did you want to be as a kid? Was it a singer or a movie producer, or maybe you wanted to be a paleontologist or a firefighter?
Close, yo. I wanted to be a cryptozoologist.
Stop it.
You know what that is? It's somebody
No, but it sounds fancy.
it's just somebody who spends their life hunting creatures like Bigfoot. That's it.
That's a thing? That's a profession?
Cryptozoologist, yeah. People who study the unknown.
You and Violent J hunting down Bigfoot all day long.
Let's go.
Yeah. That is awesome.
Traveling the world looking for shit that's been undiscovered, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, no doubt. So I know the answer to this, but I'm hoping people watch this trying to figure out who you are and don't. So the next question is, have you played the Gathering of the Juggalos or been to any? And if so, how many times on both the chords?
Yeah, so I've been twice, and I performed last year. Twice, actually. I performed 2 times last year. So it was super cool. The Ship of Fools, and then the Omen stage with Tune. That's what's cool about like mine and Tune's business relationship in this music is like a lot of people operate on ego and shit. Like me and Cartoon have no problem sharing the stage with each other. If I get booked on something, I'm like, hey, Cartoon, we made it. You know what I'm saying? It's like vice versa. And that's just a way for us both to get twice as much time on stage at the Gathering, which is fucking a blast. Loved it.
Absolutely. Sorry, my thing might have just blanked there a minute. Yeah, I've noticed that. That's cool that you can just like pull him on because he is technically part of Acid Cult and vice versa. So if like you were just booked individually, it's like, hey, it ain't just me. That's cool. All right, yeah, last year was my first year at the Gathering, and that was fucking amazing. So I just wanted to throw that bit in there. Like, it's nothing like you've ever experienced before. If you're a Juggalo and you're watching this and you haven't gathered, go gather at least once.
Yeah, yes, it's definitely fun. Mad Max, you know. That's the best way to describe it. Mad Max.
Hell yeah, y'all millennials. Chat, what are you going on about in the chat, sir?
What? I don't even know if I am a millennial. What's a millennial?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, no.
No, but it'd be 90s. Ain't Gen Xers like 2000 or I don't freaking know, man. I'm 32 years old. I know I'm not no skibbity or whatever the fuck they call it now.
Yeah, I was born in 1964.
No, you wasn't. Shut up. 64. My mom, I think, was born in 69. The fuck? No, my grandma would have been. She would have been like 89. I don't know. At any rate, if you could collaborate, and I know you guys have collaborated, at least done a lot of features with, but if you could collaborate with any artist, mainstream or underground, who's still on the list to collabo with?
Madchild. You know, I think that Madchild and me would go back and forth very well. You know, he's very metaphor, punchline based, as am I. So that is it. One day I'm going to get that Madchild feature. But also, I'd love to work with Jane Madrox, Ritz, Tech. The list goes on. There's so many people that I have been inspired by throughout this journey, you know. Jaron Benton, you know, I fucking love these dudes who put the pen first, you know, and I would love to work with all these people, and hopefully it happens. You know, I didn't do any features until I did my album. That's the only time I ever had features on my music. If you go look at my YouTube or Spotify, there's no features on none of that shit. There's like 40 something songs with no features.
Right.
Because I didn't want that tag of, oh, this dude got here because of this person, or you know what I'm saying? I just want to do it all me. Every chorus, everything, just all me. And I think that I did that long enough to where now I'm like, okay, now I'm bringing people in. Now I'm allowing that to happen. So
right. Like you put in your footwork, you done that grind, and now you're like, okay, me and you can do something and help each other out. Let's do it. Put it out there.
Exactly. So
That's awesome. That's that question. My bad. Have you met anyone famous to you? So I like to use in this example because you guys are artists. I met Polly Shore. That's my famous outside of an artist. Obviously, I got to meet ICP this year, and I'll never forget that for the rest of my life, so long as I live. I've met you guys. Like, you guys have embraced me as just like another homie, and I don't feel like lesser around you or Cartoon or Sick Chris or, all the homies and whatnot. But, like, is there anybody that you've met that's famous to you? And if it is just artists, that's cool too.
Yeah. No, so when I was 8 years old, I went to a WWE wrestling match at K-Wing Stadium in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And guess who was there? Violent J. So,
really?
At 8 years old, my dad takes me to go meet Violent J, who's with his old wife before Sugar Smack or whoever.
Yeah.
So
Sugar Slam.
Yeah. Yep. And yeah, he was just up in the nosebleeds, just chilling. And my dad, wearing his jerseys like always. We're at the concession stand, and Violent J walks up. He goes, "What up, Juggalo? Woo woo!" And my dad comes down, and my uncle, and they fucking lose their shit, because I'm 8. I don't know what he looks like without face paint. I've only ever seen him with face paint,
Right.
And then they're like, "Dude, that's fucking Violent J." So yeah, that's a cool little story of me and someone famous.
Dude, no, that's awesome. Like, him recognizing y'all or even your parents, like, out of nowhere to say that like, I could just hear that. I could feel that, like, energy and shit.
Yeah,
that's
super
dope.
It was super fucking dope, dude.
Hell yeah. Okay. How about some lesser questions? What's your favorite color?
Probably purple.
Okay. I like red.
Dark.
Purple's okay.
Dark.
Yeah. I feel it. What's your favorite domesticated and wild type animal?
Pug.
A pug? All the little wrinkles.
I got 3.
Yeah.
One passed away, so I'm down to 2.
Oh.
But yep, pugs. I mean, that's the face. If you see the Acid Caught logo, my pug, Tromy, is the face of it.
Right. That's awesome. And wild?
Wild. Favorite wild animal. Damn, that's crazy. Maybe damn, I don't know, dude. Maybe like a weasel.
My favorite. Oh, a weasel. Those clever little bastards.
Look like a little ferret, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I seen one that went across the road one time on a road trip as a kid. And I was like, what the fuck was that? It looked like a rat and a wiener dog, And I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, those things are cool as shit. And they mean as fuck. They be like, you can't some fucking shit up. So
they can withstand like what is it like?
Yeah.
A mongoose, yeah. I think they can withstand like a snake bite even and shit.
Yeah. The mongoose, that's it. That's just
so for me, it'd be pit bulls, pit bulls specifically, and then the wild animal is that white tiger. There's just something about a white tiger. Like, they ain't meant to be for one, and they're majestic as fuck, and they gonna kill you. Like, they ain't playing around. They look cute while they're biting your head off.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, I have one more question I'm gonna ask before we get to the next page. If any of y'all got questions for this man, this is the halfway point where I allow y'all to start throwing some questions in the chat. I also tell you, please hit that like button if you haven't already. Small favor for me, big favor to the YouTube algorithm. Shoot it out, maybe get some more people in here. So, yes, this is your mama. You got some questions? Get them in the chat. While we're waiting for their questions, being in the underground scene, how do you try to separate yourself from everybody else, being it's so big and vast?
Carefully crafting the lyrics. The voice, you know what I'm saying? My voice alone kind of gives me that separation from the rest. And stage presence. You know, anybody who's ever seen me perform, like they'll tell you, you know, I put my fucking heart and soul into that stage performance. Because as a kid, I remember going and seeing people perform. My dad was a music promoter, so I would always, you know, 12, 13, 14, 15, I'd go and watch people perform, you know, Esham and all these people, and I would study them all. You know, I just study what made the crowd get hyped, what didn't, what made somebody stand out, and what made them blend in. And so as soon as I was able to grace the stage and get a mic in my hand, I was like, I already kind of had this blueprint on what to do. And I think that is what really separates like an artist from a performer, you know?
I absolutely agree. I've even seen people, in my opinion, this ain't fact by nothing, but in my opinion, I have seen people that aren't even like 100% vocally, but they get on stage and they give a show, and it compensates or cancels out maybe where they're lacking vocally, because they're all like, I love a good stage presentation. I like somebody being happy about what they're doing, because how the hell am I supposed to be happy about it and energetic if you ain't happy about what you're doing? You're selling me a lie.
That's exactly it. You know, the crowd is going to react off the energy you give them. And if you're giving them dull energy, you can't expect anything more than that given back to you. You know?
Right.
Yeah. So 100%, you know, and I'm a huge fan of bands like Guar, you know, and their stage presence. And one day I hope to get to that where I have a giant fucking robotic pug come out and, you know,
Yeah.
I would love to have some shit like that go down. So until I can get
animatronics and the whole bit while you're just doing your thing too.
Exactly. And someday, hopefully, you know, I love Tech 9 used to do that stuff. You know, he'd come out in like a coffin or have like the hoofs, or, you know, he just do all this cool shit. ICP too, you know, the stage show, you know, like you can master the performance of a solo artist, you know, like doing these gigs. But once you have like a actual show with a huge stage, you have to do more than just you and a microphone. You have to have something that's more engaging, and that's when you start to build a stage show. And someday me and Cartoon will get to that.
Okay. So I'm just gonna ask it. You kind of already touched down on it, but maybe there's some others that you mentioned. What music did your parents listen to, and do you think it affected how you do music? Now, obviously, you said you had some Juggalo parents. That's pretty dope. But did they listen to other music too? Classical? I don't know, bluegrass? No, just all horrorcore?
Well, see, my dad started off listening to Eminem, right? He was listening to Eminem first, and then my uncle and aunt came over, and then that's when the whole beef for ICP and Eminem were going down. And that was the last time I heard Eminem played in the car, you know.
Oh, shit. They took it to heart.
Yeah, my dad took his CDs out on the deck and busted them with a hammer, you know, like, and then ever since then, it was just fucking all psychopathic or people associated with psychopathic. Esham, you know, King Gordy, you know, things like that. So like me and Cartoon just did that song with King Gordy, you know, and that's like it's one of them legacy projects for me because I grew up listening to a lot of Detroit underground. So working with King Gordy and having him on that chorus for our new song Invasion was fucking sick, you know? But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I grew up with nothing but hip hop. My family didn't listen to rock. They only listened to hip hop, you know, and specifically underground hip hop and horrorcore, you know, that's it.
That had to be amazing, man. I did not have that. I had the whole vast, and I'm not mad about it because I do enjoy all music. I like, as long as it's got a good tune or a beat, or I can vibe, or I can relate to what the words are saying, I'm cool. Aside from like gospel and opera, like I like reggae and bluegrass and
I love classical music. I love listening to classical music. I think that like even when I'm writing and coming up with stuff, if I'm not watching movies and writing, I come up with a lot of stuff in the car. And when I'm driving around the car, I like to listen to classical music, Bach, Beethoven, and things like that. And
Oh yeah.
And just rap over that. And just, formulate stuff in my head. I don't know what it is about classical music, but I think it heightens your brain activity. So I've always been a fan of it.
So you and Cartoon kind of done that country bebop album. Do you like country at all, or was that literally just for fun and that's that?
Yeah, I do that for fun. Cartoon throws something at me and I say, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Cartoon steers that ship, the more country stuff. I would like to do more like new metal at some point, like Korn or System of a Down. I would love to try my hand at some of that down the line.
Okay, yeah. Enokh, do you have any siblings, and do they support your music?
Oh yeah, I got two full blood siblings, my brother, my sister, and then I have two half brothers, and then I have three stepbrothers and one stepsister. So yeah, I got them, and they all support me. You know what I'm saying? They all fucking love what I do. Shout out to my brother Toxie. You guys probably see him on Facebook all the time. He's making movies. He's doing this. He's doing that. He just shot a commercial for the TV, for some channel, and he hired me to do the voice acting in it. So now I've been in a commercial, and so that's my dog. Me and him have been brainstorming on creative things since we were fucking little kids.
That's incredible. It sounds like your family is pretty not successful, or they're doing all right overall for themselves.
Yeah, which is crazy. Yeah, crazy because we're all fucking trailer park kids. We all came from fucking meth and double wides. You know what I'm saying? We
started at the bottom. Now I'm here.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't have been shit. You know what I'm saying? With all the influences we had around, we probably shouldn't have been anything. But the universe had other plans, and I guess that we just dreamed big enough that it just manifested slowly.
Yes. That's a beautiful success story, and I'm here for it, man. That is awesome. I've had an artist come up here and tell me they have a bunch of siblings, and they get kind of reverse support or so support. If the clowns or Ouija or somebody gives them a shout out or recognizes them, they're like, hey, blah! But they ain't bumping their music, or I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I know a lot of siblings that have that kind of animosity or envy amongst each other. Crabs in a bucket. They see the other doing successful and they want to try to pull them down, which that's never been anything with none of my siblings, especially with my brother. He's always putting me on a pedestal and helping me push what I'm doing, and vice versa.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, you don't see that too often anymore. All these broken apart families and whatnot. So that's really cool. If you met the younger version of yourself, say 12, 13 years old, what would you tell yourself, if anything, and why?
I would tell myself to take all the money that I had from selling weed and invest it into Bitcoin.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
Crazy. You really be messing with Bitcoin and all that kind of stuff?
No. But see, I beat myself up because I had a friend named Callum Coular, shout out. And in high school, he was a computer kid, and he was like, dude, you should get some of your money and put it into this Bitcoin. And at the time, I'm like, what the fuck, digital little what?
Right.
No, I got money right here in my hand. I can buy shit.
Right.
So I just fucking blew that shit off, and then I seen what happened with Bitcoin. I was like, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
I could have
been. I made $100 on $10 from putting it in at the right time, but I don't do it no more. I don't really mess with stocks. I mean, I got an account or whatever, but all the world's ending, we're fighting the country. I just whatever. What's the point? Just
Yeah, see,
focus on right now.
I got a buddy who's a day trader, and he quit his job. That's what he does now. He just fucking day trades and just moves stocks around all day. So
And
I'm
you,
gonna
if you're smart, you can do it. I'm the
exactly.
one that's gonna lose money. He's taking my money.
He's very smart, and he's like, "Yo, dude, I'll give you the blueprint. You just invest when I invest, sell when I sell." And I was like, "Run it." So I'm gonna learn that at some point.
Okay, yeah. Um. All right. So, growing up in a, I don't know, a very musical family, would you say the skill came natural, or did you have to learn and practice? Like some people say they have a given talent, they're just born with it, and other people say I want to do something, and they learn and practice, and they're equally as good.
See, I think that when I just started doing it, I had enough people around me who were telling, like my homies who I'd smoke with and hang out with, and they fucking loved it. They loved it so much that I loved it, even if I wasn't the best, even if I wasn't great. I had people around me who made me think that I was the best, and
Built you up.
I thought that I was so good. Looking back, I'm like, yeah, I don't know, but that allowed me just to have the self-belief in myself to where I just focused and I practice and I practice. So it's a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? A natural gift of putting words together, partially because just growing up around it so much that it's just in me already. And then hard work and dedication, honing in on my craft. And,
So
also,
maybe I was gonna say maybe tell us something that you did. Is there anything that you might have struggled with more than the other, like maybe cadences or I don't know, writing down
yeah.
or like I
So,
mean,
so growing up, I realized very quickly that I didn't sound like everybody else. I didn't sound like all the other rappers. So I didn't want to release music, but I loved writing. So I just kept writing. And it took me a long time to get over my voice and not sounding like other rappers. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it, dude. Like all my buddies were like, dude, just fucking release some music. So I recorded Devil's Night and Crowley and released them the same day, and I ain't never looked back. And then people love the cadence and they love the delivery and the way I say things.
yeah.
So I took a weakness that I had self-doubt about and turned it into my greatest weapon, you know?
Okay. All right. I just real quick want to give a shout out to Mr. Nye X Kiss here, saying, "Hey, I finally caught one. Now you know what's up. This is what we be doing." And thank you for coming and checking out. Oh, Enoch. Uh, all right. Who or what inspired came up with your name and your logo? Is there something that identifies Enokh Xmortiz and or I guess a symbol for acid cult or whatever that if it's on a shirt, if it's on a hat, if it's on whatever,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
know
yeah,
that's Enoch.
yeah.
So how
All
did you
right,
come up
so
with your name and then yeah that
all right, so my name, uh, I had took a heroic dose of space paper, and I was in psychosis for like 16 hours, losing my fucking mind, experiencing ego death. And I loved the Book of Enoch. And I also loved the Necronomicon Ex Mortis from Evil Dead. And they're both literature pieces, and they're a good representation of heaven and hell, as above, so below, the duality of life. So in my psychosis, I jotted down that name on a notepad or something. And when I came back to reality, per se, I decided, like, I'm going to release music and I'm just going to go by this fucking name. And then the next day is when I recorded those songs, Devil's Night and Crowley, and released them. And during that whole thing, acid cult had always been in my brain. Acid cult. I wanted to do a clothing brand first, acid cult, but it found a new home with the music. So yeah, that's kind of how the name came about, man. Just experience in the other dimensions, and kind of just the name came to me. You know what I'm saying?
right?
And then like the more I thought about it, the more it just fucking started like making more sense, because like my name's Eric, my last name has 3 syllables. So that's 5 syllables. Enokh Xmortiz. Same exact syllables. But everybody called me Easy growing up, right? So no one ever called me Eric or Enoch. They just called me Easy. First letter of Enoch, E. Last letter of Xmortiz, Z. So, you know.
Right,
I
right.
was like, God damn. So, like, my brain subconsciously created this thing. It's a perfect representation of what I want out of the music. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you have one of your shirts or a sticker or something that shows like your design that you can show the people around, or no, or maybe not? If
I think
not,
I got some stickers here. Let's see. I got this one. I don't know if you can see that well.
yeah, we can see it. It looks kind of funky fresh.
Yeah, that's Sean. Shout out Sean Tallman. Hit him up on Facebook. He's one of the fucking dopest artists in the goddamn world. But if you go to gas stations and the shit, you're more than likely going to see one of these. I leave these fucking everywhere. I've had people discover my music. I had a guy hit me up and he was like, yo, I went to take a piss at a truck stop and I looked down on the urinal and seen this sticker there. So I looked it up. I love the music. I'm like, if you're an artist out there, invest in promo stickers. Get it. I started off like, I think I got like 4,000 of them. So I just put, whenever I'm on the road, whenever I got a show, I'm slapping them everywhere.
That's inspiring. Like, I would think a lot of artists might even think that like that's a dying thing. Like, they're not really getting traction or something from that. But the fact that you've gotten random like, hey, I was taking care of my business and here you are.
Yeah,
that's fucking phenomenal. Y'all make stickers, make merch, put shit out there.
Yeah, merch. 100% make merch. Like, you know, dying art form. People think that CDs are dying, you know?
Nah, at least not us old heads. We like it.
Yeah. Like, if you have a good fucking setup and they look sick enough, you know, people will fucking buy them. And that's just, you know.
Even collector value or whatever. Like, we all can get on our phone and listen to some stuff on Spotify. You know what I like about CDs? When you artists throw a bonus song on the CD that's not going to be on freaking Spotify. That's that shit.
Yeah. I got like 9 copies of the album left. If anybody wants one, hit me up. I'll do a reprint down the line, but these are all limited edition. They're all hand numbered and autographed by me. So yeah, anybody wants one, let me know.
We're going to be speaking on that. At the end of this, I will be getting all of his links that he wants, his stores, his socials, whatever, how you contact him, all of his music links. So I'm sure you can get a hold of him for one of those CDs if you're interested.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you're a horror movie fan, you said earlier in our stream. So what's your favorite movie?
Oh, Dead Alive by Peter Jackson.
Damn, that was quick. He didn't even have to think. He said, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah. If you guys don't know, Peter Jackson's the director of Lord of the Rings. Before he did all those movies, he started off in horror, right? And his movie Dead Alive is the best horror film you could ever ask for. Go home, look it up, watch it. I promise you will not be fucking angry. It's about a grandma, an old lady who gets bit by a fucking rabid rat monkey at a zoo and starts spreading a virus, becomes a giant fucking monster. Zombies everywhere. It is some of the best kills ever. You watch a dude get his neck ripped backwards all the way to his asshole, and then he's still alive. Like, it's
damn.
Yeah, the special effects in there are so over the top that you can't believe it was done in 1992. You're sitting there like, what the fuck? How? If you love horror movies, you love practical effects, and wondering how the fuck they made that, there's nothing better than that movie.
That's so crazy, man. My go-to movie is Blow by Johnny Depp. I used to watch that shit over and over as a kid. I don't know why. I just...
See, when it comes to movies like that, mine's Blood In, Blood Out. I love Blood In, Blood Out. Even though it's 3 hours and 10 minutes long, I fucking love it. I watched it 100 fucking times. Blood In, Blood Out. I seen it when I was like 6. I had some my neighbors were Mexicans, and they'd always bring over tamales, and I'd always hang out with them. And they brought over a VHS. Actually, it was a DVD. I had a PS2 at the time of fucking Blood In, Blood Out. I think I was like fucking 7, 6 or something. And I watched that movie and I was like, this is the shit. Like I fucking
I'm doing this.
It's so good, dude. It's one of the best stories ever. And the guy who directed that movie never did another movie. He did Blood and Brown, and then he was just like, all right, I'm done. Like,
wow. Okay. All right, man. We have gotten to my little game questions now, and these actually go pretty quick. We're sitting at right at 50 minutes or whatever, and these are the either or. So you're just gonna pick like one or the other. I reckon you could say neither, but that ain't no fun. So if you got a preference, please pick. And then I have a single question and 3 fill-in-the-blank questions, and I'll let people in the chat, if they still there and got some questions, get some in. But yeah, so the first question that I shall ask is going to be Twix or Reese's?
Oh, Twix, 100%.
Okay. Summer or winter?
Oh, I'm a skateboarder, so summer.
Okay.
I hate the snow. Can't stand that shit.
Day or night?
That's I'm gonna go with night for sure. Way more peaceful, quiet. I'm a man of solitude. You know what I'm saying? Like I like going for walks at night. I like doing stuff at nighttime.
Not to mention, I hate waking up early in the morning. You don't want to be around me if I gotta wake up early. I just that ain't me. So I'm with you. All right. Truck or car?
Car. In fact, I'll be very specific. An Impala.
Ooh.
That was my dream car. My first car ever was an Impala. And I was like, that's what I need. I need a fucking Impala. And then I got one. And I still have I had one car my whole life. It's a fucking
no shit.
Yeah, it's got like 300,000 miles on it. It's fucking ridiculous.
Stay up on them oil changes, baby. It'll last forever.
That's right.
All right, you're taking your sweetheart out on a date. Are you going for a movie night or roller skating?
Oh, movie.
Oh, okay. Pizza or pasta?
Pasta. Fettuccine Alfredo. Fazoli's.
Okay. This one's more for like your fans. Which are you more active on, Facebook or Instagram?
Oh, Instagram for sure. But I'm getting better at Facebook, yo. You gotta remember, like, before I did the music shit, I didn't have social media. I thought it was fucking an app and, controlling the death of society. So I refused to have any social media until I created Enokh Xmortiz, started doing that.
Right.
Then I had to sell my fucking soul. That's why sometimes it's hard to get a hold of me sometimes because I'm not a fucking social
You cut off, which I can get it.
Yeah, like people know that if you want to get a hold of me, call me. And I fucking, what up?
Right.
But of course, I will respond. But sometimes I'm kind of like, because, as I grow in this.
And look, that's why I didn't press you either. Like, I would send you a few things. If you responded, cool. If not, cool. I just move on to the next artist, man.
And, I got ADHD. So, like, we had scheduled this show for yesterday. But then I was like, dude, I got this Michael Myers mask. And I'm going to fucking paint this. And before I knew it, it was like fucking 5 hours later. And I'm like.
And I wasn't mad.
I was like, yeah. Exactly. So.
You're all good. TikTok or Twitter? Same question. More active, if at all.
I guess it depends on, like for my personal growth as an artist and interacting with fans, TikTok. But what do I spend more time on? Twitter, because I like to see what's going on in the world. And,
yeah.
I don't watch the fucking news because I don't like getting lied to or told how to think. So I'd much rather just see videos presented to me and I go, that looks weird, or,
make your own assumptions or whatever. Yeah, 100%. I get it. The news lied forever. You see more truth on TikTok than you do on news, and that's sad. I
And
mean,
I'm
you still got
super,
to cipher bullshit, but
yeah,
you
and I'm
know.
super anti-authoritism. You know,
Mhm.
I'm not with this George Orwell's 1984 shit they're trying to push, right? Because
Right.
you know they want to censor everything, and the people who support that is fucking crazy. Because how long is it, you know, as an artist before they try to censor what we can do, what we can say? Like, no. So, yeah, and I noticed that a lot of, you know, pressure being put on social media companies to censor a lot of
Yeah.
shit. So I hate that.
Facebook checker bullshit, fact
Exactly.
checking, and no, yeah. uh, Pepsi or Coca Cola?
Coca-Cola.
And what is your favorite Fago?
Ooh, my favorite Fago. I'd probably have to just go with cream soda or, hear me out, pineapple watermelon twist. It is fucking, it's so good. If you can ever fucking find it, it's like the hardest flavor next to chocolate to find.
Right. If I'm gonna drink it consistently, my go-to would probably be firework. I think that's all right, or like orange or cotton candy. Something as a treat. I like that candy apple and the dreaming, but that's not something I'd want to drink consistently, like every day. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's why I said, yeah, cream soda, I can deal with that for weeks on end, you know, cream soda straight.
right. Dark Lotus or Ritas? Oh, I guess that's a question.
Ooh, that's a good question. You know, Dark Lotus or Riders. I'm gonna have to go surprisingly with Riders. I love that shit. Shut the
Ah,
fuck down. I love the fucking
yes.
the ingenuity of let's steal all these motherfuckers' beats and then release it under Joe and Joey Records, a fake record company they never get sued for using on shit. Dude, what the fuck? That's gangster. Some of the gangster shit. Yo, I fucking love that.
Just because I can.
Yeah, that shit's fucking dope, dude.
AK or AR? I guess he's talking guns.
Oh, AK. I like the look. I like the feel. They do have a smaller little handle, which makes it a little, but I love that look, especially a Russian one, you know, that fucking nice wood. God damn.
Yeah. Pie or cake?
I'm gonna say cake. I'm not really a big pie guy like that.
All right. You have to make either a 3 mile walk in the rain or a 5 mile walk in the desert, provided water in a few shade spots.
How much rain?
It's downpouring the whole time.
I'd probably take the desert because I might see some cool shit along the way. Everything, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Everything's gonna be hiding in the rain. I'll take that 5 mile in the desert.
Right on. Mexican food or Chinese?
Oh, Chinese, 100%. Shit, I'm wearing a fucking Chinese tank suit right now.
Said I gotta support my dog.
Yo, check this. Fucking Google, right? I guess my brother looked me up the other day on Google, and these motherfuckers say Enokh Xmortiz is a Korean hip hop. I'm like, I ain't Korean. The fuck? They ain't.
That's what Google says?
Yeah, that shit's hilarious, dude. Is the Google AI or whatever? I was like,
Oh, yeah.
it's fucking hilarious.
I love that. That's great. Dominic said orange or grape soda, not Fago, just the flavors in general.
Great. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Oranges don't do it for me, man. I ain't a big fan of. But you know, there's not many grape sodas out there either. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not like a specific brand. Like Sunkiss, you know, makes orange soda. It's not like a specific brand that makes grape soda. You gotta get like, you know what I'm saying?
When I think of grape soda, I think of like Fanta or like
I think
probably
of
Fago.
Yeah,
Fago or Fanta.
Yo, Fago grape is fucking thick. Like that flavor, god damn.
Man, I agree. I like a orange Fago over orange any other soda, like even like Sunkist or whatever the hell they like. For an orange soda, Fago orange is solid too, like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
I
Grape.
always try to support, I'm a Michigan loyalist, so I try to support like companies like Fago or Better Made, who makes the chips. I always try to support local like that.
I'm not. Sadly, a lot of us ain't in Detroit, the home of Fago, so we get like BS if one or two or three. We in my town only just recently got a store last year that has all kinds of Fago, and I was excited as shit. But before that, it was like one or three flavors at your local Shell gas
Yeah.
station.
Yeah, you got like Moon Mist,
Yeah,
Root Beer, Rock and Rye.
something like that. Yeah. All right. Burritos or tacos?
Oh, burritos, man. Yeah, 100%.
All right. Surfing or skateboarding?
Oh, skateboarding.
Yeah, you
I,
said that earlier.
yeah, but before I did the music, bro, my whole entire existence was dedicated to becoming a professional skateboarder. Like I had a few amateur sponsorships, and like I've been skating for fucking 20 years, which is like
Man.
crazy to think about. 20 fucking years. Started when I was 9 years old, playing Tony Hawk's Underground on a GameCube. Me and my best friend, I look at him and I say, we can do this. So we went to Big Lots and bought some skateboards with fucking plastic trucks, no grip tape, and that was my life.
Hell yeah. I couldn't fucking do no tricks, but I could ride the board. I could drop in a half pipe, but I couldn't do no tricks, and I wasn't trying.
Yeah.
Somebody said thin or thick pizza.
I like, thick. The thin's all right too, but if it's made right, I like a thick pizza.
Yeah, you get more for your
Domino's.
buck. It's more fulfilling.
Yeah, like me and Cartoon after shows, we have an acid caught pizza that we get at Domino's. All right, it's the shit. All right, it's Alfredo sauce, chicken, ham, green peppers, pineapple, and feta cheese. And we get that after shows all the fucking time. It's the whip.
It sounds all right, except I'm not big on pineapple on pizza.
Everybody says that until they try it and they go, "What?"
No, I've had it though. Well, I mean, I've had pineapple just on a regular pepperoni pizza or Canadian bacon.
It's the way the pineapple blends with that Alfredo sauce that makes it fucking.
I got you. All right, you're given $5,000 cash, but you have to pick one store and spend it all at that one store. Where are you going?
That is tricky. I'd probably say Guitar Center.
Okay, yeah.
I buy a PA system. Then I
pretty
go
solid.
Perform wherever the fuck I want.
Right. That's typically the go-to answer, actually. Guitar store, music store. People like Will Gates and my last artist said Walmart. Like, they could get enough stuff that they needed at Walmart at the basic level with 5 stacks to go make a song.
Yeah, if I wasn't going to go the music route, I would 100% go directly to a fucking camera store and drop thousands of dollars on a fucking camera.
Photography, yeah. Hell yeah. I think Chris said, I'm going to Hot Topic. Scoop up all them shirts now. And now Spencer's got that ICP drop.
From elbow to wrist, spike bracelets.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right, so the next 3 I have for you are just fill in the blank questions, and that's actually the last 3 I got, unless people start dropping some questions. But we've been live an hour, and I just want to say thank you very much for your time.
Oh, of course, dude. I'm chilling. We good.
My favorite vacation was blank.
Probably when I was like 13 and we went, 13. My grandfather builds airplanes. So we went to this place called Oshkosh over in Wisconsin for the EAA Air Convention. But all the fucking old people who build airplanes, they all have grandchildren who are fucking wild. So it was a nonstop fucking party for 5 days. It was nuts. Where I see my first pierced nipples, I was like, Jesus.
Yeah.
That shit
At the air show?
Woo, boy, let me tell you, man.
You don't cease to amaze us. Your grandfather built airplanes?
No, they look. I go to the gathering and I'm like, hell yeah, everyone's party. But at that airplane fucking convention, yo, they got down. Yo, that shit was fucking awesome. I loved it.
That's amazing. That is so fun. I can't with you, bro. Thank you. I can't. I have been so wrong. Not that I've sat here and judged you by no means at all, but never in a million years would I have guessed you had like the upbringing and everything that you have told me so far. That's fucking beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a lot going on. You know, I'm just not a dude who is like, look at me. You know,
right? You're not chauvinistic about it. I want to guess none of this shit. Like, I mean, you be hanging out with Toon and Thick Chris, and they're good people. They're homies, Jug Life. But I wouldn't have guessed all this stuff. Not in a million years would I have looked at you and guessed half the shit you just fucking told us. It's crazy. That's awesome. Stay humble, damn it. The bicycle I had most as a kid was blank.
Oh, a DK, a Dirt King. My buddies were really into BMX at the time that I was into skateboarding, and I figured I'd try my hand at that. Not for me, but I loved riding the fucking thing. So I had a DK Cincinnati, super cool BMX bike. You know.
I never had that one, but my first bike that I remember was the 20-inch Huffy Rocket or Huffy Power or some shit. It was a little red junk, but it was all right. But the bike I had most was probably a Nexter, a Mongoose GT, and I had the mags and the Fat Boy pegs, and I thought I was all that, so it was all right. Okay, freshwater or salt, the best part about the beach is blank.
Freshwater and best part about a beach is solitude. Yeah. Solitude. I like to be at a place where it's like just me and my people. I'm not a big people person. Then you got like all these people with all their juices and things all in the water. I'm good. Like not for me. Salt water, that shit scared the hell out of me. I don't know. You know, you step on one little creature and you're fucking hit with paralysis or something.
Yeah. You just don't know.
Yeah.
We ain't supposed to be out there, bro.
The risk to reward ratio in salt water just ain't it for me. You know? So fresh water and I like to swim. I like to be a part of all that. I just don't like people around me when I'm doing it.
Right. I do at some point want to experience ocean just because, one, I got dreadlocks and the salt's supposed to be good for them. Two, I love nature, and that's what I'm going to say. I jokingly say my favorite part about the beach are bitches in bikinis, but nah, really it's that overwhelming feeling that something is bigger than you. You will never beat Mother Nature. I don't care who you are, and it's like it's a wake up. I'll call me a hippie, you know. I like animals and nature, and I'm like you. I don't care so much to be around people. Like I may come off like this social butterfly, well, with the right people, but I'd assume y'all just fuck off and leave me alone. So I really can relate on that.
One of my earliest memories was at a beach. I had found a horseshoe crab down in Florida. If you know what a horseshoe crab is, fucking.
I think I've seen some.
Yeah, alien. Yeah. Looks like a stingray mixed with a xenomorph from Alien. It's fucking weird. And I remember picking it up. It was about like this big. And I thought that was the coolest thing in the fucking world. So, yeah, I love wildlife and stuff like that. You know, like you said, socially, as Enokh, I'm the most fucking social person there is. But when I'm just chilling back as Eric, I'm not really into strangers and things like that, you know.
Dude, I love how you said that.
I go to movies early. I go to movies early, like 11, 12. Nobody's there. It's just me and the
right.
So I can just, I like my solitude like that.
I like how you said that. I might have to steal that. As Wiggles, I may be social, but as Sean, leave me the fuck alone. That
Yes.
is beautiful. Man, I wish I had a million more questions for you. You have like surprised the hell out of me with not just one answer, but almost every answer. I really thought that I would have been able to predict some of the answers you gave me, and it goes to show that you can't judge a book by its cover. Like you're very interesting, my friend, and I'm glad that you hold some kind of still being humble, even though we just got done saying we're not pleasers and whatnot. You're still though you're humble enough to your fans, and
Oh yeah,
people like you, man.
yeah, I fucking love. I love the fans. Even I love the people who don't even like me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I have nothing but positive energy to push out to this universe. Because I'm a student of the universe, and I studied
Right.
that shit. That's the way I came up, and I made music for myself, and the fact that other people love it is just a bonus. I'm not out here
Yeah.
I'm not out here trying to be better than anybody else. I'm not out here trying to do anything better than anybody. I'm just out here trying to be me and make what I
Yeah.
love to hear. And if people accept that and support that, then I'm fucking, indebted to those people. And I ask anybody who's ever met me in person, I am the most kind guy you'll ever meet. You know what I'm saying? I got nothing but love for everybody.
All right. I can attest to that, and I only met him for the first time at the gathering. So
Yeah. Woo
yeah.
woo.
Whoa, whoa! Dude, this is your chance. If you have any last minute shout outs you want to give or whatever, go ahead and get them out if there's any. I
Yeah.
personally am just go
Shout
ahead.
out. Shout out to everybody on Acid Caught, my fucking family. Shout out Cartoon Thick Chris. Shout out Ill Fortune. Shout out my producer Donnie the Dirtbag. Shout out Sean Tallman, my artist, and my other artist, Zombie Silver Surfer. Shout out Bam Bam the Voodoo Child. Everybody else who associates with me, I fucking love all of you guys.
Yeah, yeah. And I just want to say thank you yet again for giving me time out of your evening. I know it was a little rough, but we finally made it happen, dude. And it's probably been one of my best interviews.
Yeah,
So
I love
thanks.
interviews. I love being given the platform to just kind of allow people to get insight into who I am and to pick my brain a little bit. So I'm glad you came prepared with a bunch of questions. I've had interviews where people had no questions, and I'm like,
What's
like
going on here?
so I appreciate you coming prepared and keeping the flow moving. You know what I'm saying?
Are you trying to tell me I know what I'm doing up here? Because I sure as fuck don't. I'm just winging it. 25
Well,
interviews later, I still don't know why y'all fuck with Wiggles, but you
hey,
know.
that's how I feel with the music, bro. Me and Cartoon, we're always winging it. And sometimes that's just the best option, man. Sometimes you just fucking dive in and you realize that, hey, maybe this is what you're meant to do. So keep it up, bro. I had a great time.
Hell yeah.
Respect.
I appreciate you. And everybody, I like to end my streams, those of you that know, by saying, tell somebody you love them. Life is too short, and you don't know who needs to hear that shit for real. And it might be you that can change where they're headed in that path or whatever, Just check on somebody, check on your friend, check on a stranger, but, definitely check on your people. You just never know where their mind is, and tell them you love them. I'm Wiggles. This was Enokh Xmortiz, and we're out of this bitch. Whoa, whoa!
Whoa, whoa.